What's up YouTube? My name is Zach with Android Digest, and today I wanted to make a video on the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, and I wanted to let you know about my favorite accessories that you could use for the device. You know, I've tried a lot of different accessories over time, and I wanted to let you know about my favorites so that you could know some good accessories to buy to use with your Tab S6 Lite. So with all that being said, let's get this started and let's get this going. Alright, so you got the S6 Lite here, and you got the nice little S Pen that magnetizes. That's really great, but we want to find some cases that really handle this S Pen well, but I think you're also probably wanting a case that protects it, and the book cover cases have really been what really most people are looking for. And I will say the Samsung case, I don't have it in front of me. I have seen it, I think it looks great. And it really does a good job about finding a place for this pin. I think that's very important when you're looking for a case. And I know the Samsung Tab S6 case is very light, and I think that's really good. So the link is in the description for that. I would definitely recommend getting that. And sometimes they have deals with the original Samsung case if you buy it whenever you buy the tablet. So check that out in the description. You know, I have two Infliland cases, and you know, they're very interesting because they're sort of like books. So if I put the tablet in this here, you're going to notice that when I put it in and I close it, it actually closes like almost like a nice little book. So it's more than a book cover. You know, I know you've seen a lot of those flip covers. They call themselves book covers. But this is unique because not only does it close like here, but it's not just magnetized here. It's got this extra little closure here. And at first, when I tried this case out, I was like, man, this might be a little bulky because I'm thinking about this extra flap here. You know, how am I going to put it down and have this extra flap? You know, that seems like it wouldn't really work very well. So I was thinking about that and thinking it might be annoying. But actually, it's really pretty nice. First off, you need to know that when you do actually put it in landscape mode, this part on this case, on this gray case here, I'm going to have, again, the link in the description for this one. It actually magnetizes, which is pretty cool. Or the material is made in such a way that it just does not budge. I mean, this is very, very firm. I'm putting a lot of pressure here, and it's not moving from this spot. So I think it's either magnetized at least a little bit, or honestly, you're just seeing a really cool material that's just stopping in its tracks. But it really is cool because you don't just have one or two angles. I mean, you have 3 or 4 or 5 angles. This is probably my favorite of the two cases, just because not only can you stash some stuff here, but you also have it magnetized when you do lay it in landscape mode. And let's say you don't want it in landscape mode, right? Let's say you want to use it in portrait mode. You might think, whoa, boy, what am I going to do with this little flap? You just move it to the inside, and it actually magnetizes shut. So that's actually one problem I've had with a lot of flip covers, is it's sort of goofy the way it moves around and moves left and right. This is magnetized shut, so whenever you're using it, even in portrait mode, it actually works pretty well. It's pretty stable. So that little extra little bit at the end, it does add just a slight amount of weight, but this case is still pretty light. I can still use it comfortably with one hand, and I do really like the fact that if I do drop it, it's not a huge bumper, so I will say if you're looking for something super heavy duty, I will have a link for a heavy duty case in the description. So this isn't heavy duty or anything, but if you do drop it, it should still land on the case before the screen, unless you got like a rock or something poking out. So I think it's really nice. It gives you easy access as well to your buttons. It gives you easy access to your speaker on your top and the bottom, and also the headphone jack that's on the top. So I really like this case a lot, and what you're going to find is Infliland has a similar case. So this is another really nice case. So when you're looking at cases, these are both really nice because this is similar. The only difference really is this isn't really magnetized. It just has these little ridges here. So you could just stop it on the ridges. So it still has some good angles, but because it's not magnetized, it's more of an anti-slip thing here. It actually says anti-slip right there. So that's pretty nice how you at least still have multiple angles. So no pocket to hold extra stuff in. So that's one difference between these two cases that I'm going to have in the description for you. But you still have access to your ports on both sides. When you close it, it's still very well protected. In both cases, you know, I know the Tab A did not have this feature, but the screen wakes up, you know, whenever you do actually open it up, and when you close it, it does go to sleep on both cases. Now you might be wondering about the S Pen with these two cases and how it protects the S Pen, because there's no little S Pen slot anywhere on either of these cases. Well, with this Infiland case, it's actually pretty cool because this S Pen magnetizes to the side of the tablet. It's very strong. Even if I brush against it, it can barely move, but it's pretty darn sturdy. And when you close it, and then you just flip the book around, I don't really see that going anywhere. And yes, technically speaking, you could see the S Pen here, but it's magnetized in. The only way this could somehow come out is if you poked it with something super long and got it all the way through the case. I think the cases are pretty good. I think if you want a lighter case, I think you want to go with the Samsung case. It'll be a little bit lighter because it won't have this extra closure. But on the other end, the nice thing about this closure is not only does it protect the S Pen, but it's just nice to have it fully closed so it's not flipping around. So you're not relying on smaller magnets here. It actually has this full magnet shutting it. So that's nice. I know the Samsung case will have magnets to keep it closed too, but again, depends who you are and what you like. These cases will be a little cheaper than Samsung's, but Samsung's will be pretty nice as well because it's a Samsung case. All right, so what other accessories am I really digging? What accessories do I really want to use with this Tab S6 Lite? Well, I've got to say, this does carry micro SD cards, and you might be wondering what SD cards to buy. First, it's very important when you're buying SD cards. There's a lot of fraud with micro SD cards. If you go on eBay and just search Samsung SD cards, there's a high chance that there's going to be fraud, and whoever's selling you the SD card, even if they have good feedback, there's a chance that it's a fraudulent card because a lot of cards are being made in China. They're printing, different things on it, so it might even be made from someone else, and they're just making packaging to make it seem like it's Samsung, to make it seem like it's authentic. So there are a lot of fakes out there, but if you buy one directly from Amazon, and even when you're on Amazon's website, you can buy from third parties. But if you do buy SD cards directly from Amazon and they say ship and sold by Amazon.com, then you are safe. You know, they are going to give authentic SD cards, and they do have some pretty good SD cards I'm going to link in the description. So micro SD cards, they are really cheap right now. I know they have some good prices on 128 gig SD cards. If you're one that's just going to pour a bunch of movies on your device or a whole bunch of music, you might want to get an SD card. You can get 32 gig SD cards for really cheap as well. So, you know, there's different types of SD cards. I'm going to link some for you if you are interested. Just be careful because there is a lot of fraud out there. Now, one thing about the Tab S6 Lite that is sort of a bummer, it does not use Samsung DeX. So if you were wanting to hook it up to a monitor, I am sorry, it just does not use Samsung DeX, but it also can't hook up to a monitor with Samsung DeX because it doesn't have the correct USB-C port. So it can't hook up to display ports and monitors and stuff like that. So that is a bummer. So when you talk about a USB-C hub, the benefit of that is that, hey, maybe you want to hook something up that has a USB port. You know, maybe you have some files on a flash drive and you want to get them on your tablet. So I have an Anker USB-C hub here. The benefit of getting this as well is that you could use it with other devices, okay? Maybe you have another laptop that you could use with a monitor. Well, you could use this. And this is pretty cheap. Last I checked, it was under $30, but feel free to check the link in the description. Anker has also been well known for making cheap accessories, but also making pretty good quality stuff. So that's why I went with Anker. I trust them. This here has two USB-A ports. It also has an HDMI port. Again, it won't connect this to a monitor, but still nice to have. And also, it has a micro SD card slot and a regular SD card slot. So it's really good if you want to connect extra devices or extra storage to your device so that, you know, you can drag other files. You know, maybe you have some stuff on an old thumb drive or something like that. So this is nice to have. I think it's mainly a good accessory to have in the house as a whole. Now, you can't use Samsung DeX, so you're not going to have a laptop mode, but it doesn't mean you can't have a Bluetooth mouse. So I have the Logitech M355 here. Now, you need to know there's the Logitech M350 and there's the M355. The only difference, technically, the M355, it was made well to work with Chromebooks. But honestly, it's going to work fine with Android. Or you get the 350, which is made fine to work with anything. But when you click this, it is very quiet. Now the scroll wheel can make a little more noise, but man, the clicks on the left and right clicks are just so quiet on this. And also, I've got to say, it's just plain nice. It looks pretty, and I don't know why there's this weird techie look that I really enjoy about this. It's also really small and really portable, and I've had no issues using it, not just with Android devices, but also with Chromebooks and other devices like that. So feel free to get the M350. It's going to be the same thing, just a different color basically, or you can get the M355, which should also work just fine. But this is a nice Bluetooth mouse, and not only that, it actually comes with the little attachment. So if you do want to hook it up to a computer, you can use a USB-A port. So the cool thing is not only can this work with Bluetooth, but it could also work by hooking it up as well wirelessly. So that's pretty nice. The battery lasts a very long time. I haven't had to worry about replacing batteries or anything yet. So it's definitely a good mouse, and honestly the mouse I'd recommend. Now, I have not had a keyboard in front of me, or I don't, because I'm moving. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on, but I will say my favorite Bluetooth keyboard that I believe would work, and I know it would work fantastically with this Galaxy Tab S6 Lite, it is a Logitech K380. So mine's actually packed in a box right now because, again, I am moving cross country, but hey, the Logitech K380 is a great Bluetooth keyboard. It normally retails for about $30, and it's got circular keys. That's one of the weird things. It does actually use regular batteries. It doesn't charge, but most of those cheap Bluetooth keyboards, they don't charge with USB-C. They charge with micro USB. Most of us don't have those in our house anymore. We are moving on from micro USB. So I actually like that it uses batteries because you rarely need to replace them. It actually lasts a long time on a charge. I can't even remember the last time I've had to replace batteries on that thing. So I've used the K380 on the Galaxy Tab A. That's actually the video you're going to be seeing here as I show different clips from it. So I did use it for my Galaxy Tab A, and it worked very well. I know it would also work well with this. It's probably the best Bluetooth keyboard I could recommend, around $30. So I think it's a great device, and I think getting a Logitech keyboard with this nice little Logitech mouse that's very quiet, I think they'll really go well together, and I think they travel well because they are compact, they're light, but you also get a good experience with good key travel on that keyboard. So I would recommend both of those devices. These are some of my favorite accessories for the Galaxy Tab S6 Lite. What are yours? What are your favorite cases that you've used? Please leave comments in the description. Okay, don't comment in the description. Leave comments in the comment section. I'm getting delirious because I've been inside too long. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. And hey, thank you for supporting the channel. Click that subscribe button. Click the bell for notifications. And keep following us as we release more content and we keep things going on the Android train. Have a great day. Thank you so much, everyone. And yeah, stay safe.